Welcome to Smart Income Masters, where we help you make money smarter.
Glad to be here.
You're tuning in because you want to get ahead of the curve, right? Understand those big marketing shifts for 2025 and beyond. We got some great material from someone with over 2 decades in the trenches building and marketing businesses.
Yeah, really experienced perspective.
And our mission today, extract the absolute must-know insights to give you that competitive edge.
Exactly.
So if this sounds valuable, definitely hit subscribe. You won't want to miss what's coming up. Let's dive in.
Okay, so the landscape is changing. The strategies that worked wonders, say, 5 or 10 years ago, they're hitting some headwinds now.
Right. And the first big point seems to be this.
Yeah.
The end of relying on just one platform, this omni-channel imperative.
Precisely. That old playbook. Find one great channel like SEO or maybe a referral program and ride it to success.
Yeah, like the classic example.
Those channels are just hyper-competitive now, really saturated. Plus, consumer attention is fragmented. People are on Instagram, TikTok, maybe even asking ChatGPT questions.
Okay, so being everywhere is the new thing.
Well, not just everywhere randomly, but strategically using multiple platforms. The insight is that using 6 or more actually leads to a higher ROI.
Higher ROI, not just total, but per platform.
Yeah, that's the interesting part. It suggests a kind of synergy. It's not just adding up, it's multiplying the effect somehow.
6 platforms, though. That sounds intensive. How do you even start?
Practically, you start by repurposing.
Right.
Take that short video, put it on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, X, chop up longer stuff into clips.
Okay, spread it wide initially.
Yeah, cast a wide net first. See where your audience actually hangs out. See what clicks on each platform.
And then?
And then you were fine. You have to tailor it. What kills it on LinkedIn might bomb on TikTok.
Right. Makes sense. Different vibe, different audience. Okay, so that leads into the next point about search evolving beyond just Google.
Exactly. Search isn't just Google anymore. I mean, it's still huge, obviously, but
But people search on Amazon, Instagram, YouTube.
billions of searches daily across those platforms. Pinterest, too. Even AI interfaces now. The source estimated Google share of daily searches might be closer to like 18% now.
18%. Wow, that's a big shift.
It is. So the key takeaway is simple. Meet your audience where they are searching.
Don't expect them all to come to one place.
Right. Optimize for Amazon if you sell products there. Optimize video for YouTube search. Optimize images for Pinterest. It's about maximizing traffic, engagement, sales, wherever they might start looking.
The source mentioned a company growing by mixing referrals, ads beyond Google, RFPs, social.
And different content types, too. Podcasts, blogs, videos, short and long, images. It's that whole integrated approach again, being discoverable everywhere.
Which brings us to branding. The material stresses it's more than a logo. It's a promise.
Yeah, and it takes time. Like 3 years to get established, maybe 10 to really solidify. It's about consistency.
Consistency across all those platforms we just talked about.
Absolutely. You need a clear brand story, a style guide for visuals, for tone of voice, and stick to it. Everywhere.
Avoid confusing people.
Exactly. Think about the big names, Nike, Apple, Tesla. You know, their look, their feel, instantly. That consistency builds trust. It's not quick, but it's powerful.
Okay, let's shift gears to the buying process. Removing friction, small changes, big impact.
This one's fascinating. Just finding and fixing the single biggest hurdle stopping someone from buying can boost revenue significantly, maybe like 18%.
Just from one change. What kind of change?
The examples given were simple payment options. Twitch added PayPal, saw a big jump, 16–18% monthly revenue, roughly. Uber suggests added PayPal, similar bump, around 18%.
Wow, just adding a button?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then they added Apple Pay, Google Pay, Buy Now, Pay Later, each adding more. Buy Now, Pay Later alone can apparently add something like 14% extra revenue annually.
So these little things stack up.
They really do. Amazon set the standard with one click, right? People expect easy checkouts now. Don't lose interested customers just because your payment options are limited. Offer optionality.
Makes total sense. Smooth out the path. Okay, next up. Thinking globally.
Right. The biggest players think globally. Apple, Google, Microsoft. A huge chunk of their revenue, sometimes like 80%, comes from outside their home country.
And the opportunity isn't just the usual suspects like the UK or Germany.
Exactly. Emerging markets, India, Brazil, offer massive potential, often with less competition than those established Western European markets.
So how does a smaller business even approach that?
Start with your data. Look at Google Analytics. Where's your traffic coming from already? Note those countries.
Okay, see who's already interested.
Yeah. Check their GDP, main language. Then use tools AI can help here to translate and localize your content.
You're like the website.
Yep, and crucially, use ref-long tags in your site code that tells search engines, hey, here's the Spanish version for Spanish users, for example. Improves user experience, boosts conversions.
So it's a data-driven expansion. Smart. Now, hiring experienced talent. This seemed like a big lever.
Huge. The claim was it's the single biggest lever for hitting, say, 9-figure growth. Hire people who've already done it.
How do you find those people?
Look for candidates who've worked at competitors, maybe 2 or more. And critically, check if they got promoted consistently at each place.
So they were valued and performing well wherever they went.
Exactly. Shows they deliver results. The example given was a CEO who'd risen through the ranks at 3 competing agencies before taking the top job. That kind of experience accelerates everything.
They bring proven strategies, avoid pitfalls.
Saves time, solves problems faster.
Yeah.
There was also a neat tip on recruiting them indirectly.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of a direct job offer, reach out on LinkedIn, praise their career, ask if they know anyone good for a role you have. Often they'll put themselves forward.
Clever. Okay, nearly there. Speed, adaptability, testing. If you're not testing, you're falling behind.
Absolutely critical in marketing now. Things change so fast, you need a quick feedback loop.
The example was pretty stark. A campaign costing $900 per call.
Yeah, identified as unsustainable and killed within 24 hours, even on a Saturday. New campaign launched same day.
Wow, that's fast.
And by monitoring and tweaking, they got the cost down under $200 within days. That agility, that constant testing and iteration, that's a massive competitive edge.
Avoids big, costly failures. And finally, learning from mistakes.
Yeah, mistakes are inevitable, part of the process. The key is not chasing unsustainable shortcuts like that expired domain example that backfired quickly. Focus long-term.
And don't let ego get in the way.
Right. Be open to learning, even from newcomers. And the most important thing, don't repeat the same mistake. Keep a log, maybe. What went wrong? What will you do differently?
Turn failures into lessons.
Exactly. That's how you zero in on what actually works.
Okay, so wrapping up, we've covered a lot. The omni-channel necessity, search broadening out, the power of consistent branding.
Removing friction in buying, thinking globally, hiring smart, testing constantly.
And learning from those inevitable bumps in the road. As you listen, think about which of these really hits home for your situation right now.
Yeah. What's the one thing you could maybe explore first? A new platform. Simplifying checkout. Looking at your international traffic.
Lots to think about. This has been a really valuable deep dive into these crucial marketing shifts.
Definitely key areas to focus on moving forward.
And if you found this valuable, if you want more insights to help you make money smarter, please do subscribe so you catch our next deep dive.